One of the guitars cost a lot and made me sell a lot of my collection. And maybe that's the title of this video. Hey, I get comments all the time about guitars on my channel. And when you've been doing YouTube for like 30 years, that means you're a liar. People ask, do you still have that guitar from 10 years ago? And usually the answer is, click the link and I put the link to the video and then I block the person. No, that's not true. I like to respond and answer those questions, but also I like to do a guitar collection update video every couple years. I can't remember the last time I did one. So this is a guitar collection video, and this will only be about my guitars that I have. And just before we get going, a huge thanks to Sweetwater for sponsoring the video. If the guitar is available at Sweetwater, I'll have a link in the description and you can click on it and get it from there. And that would be a huge thanks for them, to them, from me, from you. That makes sense? I don't even know what I'm saying. Before we get going, this is just what I have. It's a ridiculous collection, in my opinion. I do this channel as a business. These are all tools and toys, and I'm not here to gloat. I'm just, I've collected things. Some stuff goes, some stuff stays. A couple things, I've been here since the beginning, before YouTube, before 30 years ago. And I'm gonna show those first, my first two guitars. But really the reason for this video is insurance policy update. So if anything gets stolen, it's all good. I got it on video. Some of these guitars I received as payment for doing videos. Some I bought, some I stole because like the deal I got for buying them, that's pretty much robbery. And that's what I mean by that. I didn't actually go and steal them from a store. One of these guitars made me sell most of my collection. Guess which guitar in the comments? Guitar number one is the first guitar I ever bought. And if the guitar has a case, I'll bring the case in here, open it up. If it doesn't have a case, then I won't bring in the case it doesn't have. That doesn't even make sense. Okay, here we go. First guitar I ever bought. Yamaha Country Jumbo Acoustic Guitar. I'm gonna put the case down. I didn't really plan what I was gonna do with the case. Okay, every guitar has a story. I'm not gonna play every guitar in this video. I have videos on almost every one of these guitars. If I don't, I will eventually have a video, but I'll put the link to the video as well so you can hear it. But this one you can hear. Okay, first guitar, I bought this. I'm gonna say 2002 in North Bay, Ontario, Canada. I was visiting my friend Jeremy, who was in a band at the time, and I wanted to start playing guitar, and that's what got me into guitar. Essentially him being in the band and signed to, it was a band called High Holy Days, and they were signed to the record label that Nickelback was on, or that they owned. I can't remember, Roadrunner Records. I don't remember the details, but I saw the business side of music and how it can't always go your way. They ended up not making it for too long. After that, the band disbanded. But it inspired me to get a guitar, and this was the only guitar, used acoustic guitar in my price range that had a hardshell case, and I needed a hardshell case at the time because I was taking a bus. I didn't have a car. I wasn't even driving at that point. I didn't have a car that I owned, so I was taking the bus. That's my story. I think it was 300 bucks. Bought this, learned guitar by playing a package that I bought, like a CD-ROM with QuickTime videos. This is really dating me. No YouTube, nothing like that. I think Silent Night was my first song. That's not how you play it. Anyways, I've kept this because it's my first guitar. It still sounds amazing. I looked up the number, FJ661. It's, I believe, made in 1996. And I can't remember if it says the country. I can't really read it there. It's all cursive. And my eyesight's not as good as it was in 2002. So, first guitar, still got it. Do you still have your first guitar? Let's move on to my real first guitar. This is a real first guitar, but electric guitar is next. Every guitar tells a story. I'm waiting. It's not talking. First electric guitar. The story I just told about that acoustic guitar, it was all a lie. The real reason I wanted to play guitar was because I like Radiohead. No, it's a mix of that. So anyways, huge Radiohead fan. Saw them in '97 in Ottawa on their OK Computer tour. I thought I could be like them if I got a Telecaster. So this case is ridiculous. I've just been sticking every sticker possible on it. This is a guitar. I still have the original receipt. This would be a Mexican standard Telecaster. So they just called them the Fender standard Telecaster. And you can see it's been modded, completely modded out. Lace sensor humbucker in the bridge. Neck pickup is a blue lace sensor. At one point it had a arcade button for doing that kind of stuff. I put locking tuners on it. This one I gigged with for years. I had a band here in Ottawa and had an acoustic. I had my acoustic guitar and this guitar as my electric. And so I'd play around. We just played around town. We're called Permanent Daylight. And that was around 2004 to 2007. So like a good couple of years and a half, maybe 3-4 years. Can't remember exactly. Never sold this. Always want to keep it. It's still great. I actually did a video on it, number of videos on it, but more recently, like last year, I routed out under here to get the weight down just a little bit. So they don't make standard Telecasters anymore. That's a lie. They just started making them last year. They had replaced them with the player, and now they do a standard made in Indonesia. So this guitar has seen a lot of stage shows. It's seen a lot of stuff. It's been around. Black on video is horrible. I learned that because of the reflections, and it's probably hiding because of my shirt. But great guitar. I still like the neck. I don't know why they put this is what they did at the time with Fenders. Where are we here? Close up there. They put the serial numbers on the front. I think that looks horrible. And I thought, oh, that's because they wanted, it's the made in Mexico one, and they want to show that it's made in Mexico, but they also do it on the American ones as well. And I'll show you later when we catch up to, I'm going in order that I can remember. I got these guitars, the first two anyways. The rest of it, I managed to figure out which year because I have videos, but they might not be in chronological order. So let's move on to the next one. What does everybody do after they get their first electric guitar? They want to get an American electric guitar. So, right, if they started on like a European model or made in Mexico or something. So what do? You get a Fender custom shop guitar, right? Isn't that what everybody does? No, I had a number of guitars in between the last two and this one. This just happens to be next on the list. This is a Fender custom shop GT11. Has the smell of like a vanilla smell that's in the glue in the case. It's not the nitro smell. I have proof. I asked somebody and they told me. That's hearsay. I know. Here, say what you want. I don't care. This guitar is amazing. This was for a bunch of videos I did for Sweetwater. When I was talking about doing exchange, I think that was the deal at the time. This was like a payment. So amazing. The GT11 at the time, I didn't realize that's probably a Spinal Tap restaurant. Is it a Spinal Tap restaurant or reference? I always confuse the two. Spinal Tap reference goes to 11. It's got an 11-inch radius. No string trees. Look at that neck. Have you seen anything maple? It's got maple syrup stripes, they call it. This one cool thing is you can mix when you're in the bridge position. This mixes the neck and the bridge, which I thought was really cool. And the weight is nice. And that smell. And it's blue. Okay? So that's the story of this one. This is going to be a long video. Whoops. That didn't pick up, right? I bought this one from Novo. They gave me a deal. Where's the zipper? I haven't had it back in the case since I bought it. Because this is still, to this day, my number one. And it's just going to go back on a hanger here. I'm not going to put it away. Novo Serus J. Amazing, amazing guitar. I don't know how to describe it. Okay, you got to push it. There we go. Like, it feels like old furniture in terms of the grain. Like you feel the grain through the nitro, and I can bang it, like knock it. I've knocked it many, many times. And The P90 pickups are amazing. I can't remember if these are Fralin pickups or what brand they are, but man, I just know when I have to do a video and I need a guitar that's gonna always be in tune and always sound good, this is the first one I go to, and that's how I determine that's my go-to guitar. That's pretty much how that works. So this is Novo. It's from Nashville, and super lightweight pine, tempered pine body. And I know people lose their minds when they're like, pine? I would never buy a pine guitar. That's fine. I don't care. That's all I got to say about that. Man, the neck, it's just, these are something else, right? They're not the same thing. They're something else. Novo Guitars by Dennis Fano. Sounds like a book. That sounds like Saturday Night Live. Deep Thoughts by Jack Handy. All right. You stay here. I'll be right back. So it says to the guy, should I just leave the door open? Doesn't really matter. Next guitar, made in Canada, made in Quebec, Province de Quebec, from a friend. He wasn't a friend at the time, but now he is. This is a Lewis Minnow, and I stumbled on Lewis guitars at Ottawa Guitar Show in 2004. I'm just looking at my little cheat sheet that I made. I made a list of the guitars, so I don't forget anything. And this is the Minnow. It's kind of like a Mustang or duo Sonic, I guess, offset. Everything's made in-house in Cantley, Quebec, and I've been to the shop a couple times, and I plan to go back again. And it's nitro, aged, beautiful, nice lightweight, amazing P90 pickups, cool knobs. The headstock is head turning and turns people off. I'd say more than they like it. At least that's the opinion. You know what I've learned in comments on YouTube? You'll get the negative people talking more than the positive people. That's just, you know, some people just don't want to leave comments. What's that saying? If you don't have anything nice to say, you'll probably say it. that's not, no, is Ed the Sock. If you don't have anything nice to say it often. So this is the Lewis Minnow. Amazing guitar. And it's light relic, physically light. Amazing. That's all I can say. Check out Lewis guitars. This thing is built like a tank. This is the Valiant Jupiter. Amazing. Look at this thing. And this is from Ukraine. I had the pleasure to become friends with a couple of the staff from Ukraine, from Valiant, sorry. I'm just seeing on the back, it says made in Ukraine. And Igor and Elena, I met them at 42 Gear Street in Germany, and they offered to send this over. And man, it's beautiful. There's just, it's hard to really describe this guitar. It's just really different. I guess, you know, it's like an offset. It's 24 frets. The workmanship is amazing. It does different switching that you don't find in a lot of guitars. The nut is this cool adjustable nut. All the hardware is built in-house. It's not super heavy. It's like 8 pounds something. Go watch the video. There's a good video about it. Look at that neck, the wood in the neck. Oh, there we go. That's a better shot. Humbuckers, you can split them. You can do series, parallel. Yeah, really cool. It was just such a cool guitar to get from them. And where it came from, the story of what's going on, it's from Kiev, or Kiev, if I'm saying it wrong, in the Ukraine. So it's right in the heart of where all that stuff is going on. So super thanks again to the staff at Valiant for sending this over. Really, really appreciate it. I've really tried to support them and you know, show this as much as possible in the past couple of years. So. Oh my God. Is that legal? Where's your Gibson guitars? Do you have any Gibson guitars? No, I don't have any Gibson guitars, so if you're a huge Gibson fan, I just don't. But this is kind of related. This is a Heritage H150 from their custom line. I don't see the name on here. Yeah, H150. Amazing guitar. This is my, essentially my Les Paul, right? This is made in Kalamazoo, Michigan, in the original Gibson factory. And this one was spec'd out, actually, it was something that Tim Pierce recommended to them. So it's a weight-relieved body with a 60s neck. And I forget what the humbuckers are called. I don't know if they're made in-house there. No crazy push-pulls or anything like that. It's just a Les Paul, and it's nitro. Took the pick guard off just so you could see the flame top a lot better. And I'm just looking there. Nice weight. I've had it in a few videos. This is my Les Paul sound when I need a Les Paul in a video, if I'm doing a comparison of something. Again, people complain about the headstock. People just want to complain about headstocks. I think that's the #1 complaint. And I wonder, what's that noise? Oh, it's the latches swinging. When somebody complains about a headstock, is it just because they don't like the way their headstock looks? Like they look in the mirror and they're like, I don't like that headstock. So that's usually that's what the issue is, right? They're complaining about something they don't like in their life. Amazing guitar, and it's blue. I think the blue was a special run. If it's not blue, it's not a guitar. It's not. It's science. Am I cutting these parts out, or I'm just talking to nobody over here? Does it even pick up? That's a good. Oh, it's record. Is this recording? Maybe I shouldn't go to the bathroom again like that. This one's another guitar. This one is a celebration when I reached 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. I did a collaboration with Sweetwater again. And this is a Fender Custom Shop 1963 Telecaster with a relic. And it has that smell that the other custom shop has. So I have 2 custom shop Fenders. I think I'm breathing in the fumes. Yeah, so this was a collaboration. We did a massive video. We actually did a giveaway. In that video, we gave away American Pro 2 Telly, and it was like a comparison between 5 Tellys, all the different price ranges. I think it went from classic vibe all the way up to this. And that video is doing, to this day, it's still doing really well. And proud of that video. And I'd never get a 1963 Telecaster for real. It'd be too expensive. This is really expensive, but this is kind of a poser guitar, right? Like when I made a joke in the video when I did a video about this, I'm like, when I walk in the room, I pretend it's 1963. I know it's 1963 in my head. And that's why you have one of these. And people get angry about the relicking. Have I talked too much about people getting angry? Let's talk about happy things. You can't afford a 1963 Telecaster like this because you have to sell your house. So you get something like this. That's happy. That makes me happy not to sell my house. And this is available at Sweetwater. So was the GT11. I think that Heritage was too. The Valiant wasn't. I'm just rambling. This guy ever not talk? Yes, all day. I don't talk all day. So this is my time to get all the words out. You know when people do like 10,000 steps? I need to get 10,000 words to get my energy out. All right, what's next? We're moving on. We're not going in order. And I said if there was no case, I would just bring the guitar in as is. This is a Nick Johnston 10th anniversary. Traditional 10th anniversary with a Wenge neck. Yeah, it's got the special switching, vibrato, beautiful inlays, locking tuners. It's got the name on the back there carved in. Nick Johnston is a Canadian guitarist and most recently played for Mastodon on tour. And if I'm getting that wrong, then correct me in the comments. But anyways, really cool guitarist. Does a lot of instrumental stuff. So I've been listening to a couple of his albums, which got me inspired to know more about this guitar. And actually it was Derek from Rev, who his #1 guitar is one of these, but the American one. This one's the Indonesian. Is it made? Yes, made in Indonesia. Amazing fit and finish. Look at that neck plate. I love it. It's so nice. So yeah, that's what this one is. I don't have much more of a story because this is a more recent guitar, so it hasn't had as much play, but it's awesome. Thank you, Nick. Thanks for joining us. Oh, mother dick. Okay, the game today, every time he shows you a Telecaster, take a shot. Oh, these cases are pretty cool. This is definitely my top 5 guitars. American Pro 2 Telecaster Deluxe. Amazing. I love the dark night finish. If you've been on my channel and been watching videos for a while, I had the American Pro 2 standard not standard Telecaster, just the one that wasn't Deluxe, just Telecaster. And the thing that bugged me about it always was the push on the tone control. This one has it, but it doesn't bug me. It doesn't really stick out as much. So, and I always wanted a Tele Deluxe. Whoops, I just ruined it. I just spoiled one of my guitars I'm going to talk about. What else about this? They still make these. This one's a good weight. These humbuckers are really nice. These are the V-Mod 2 pickups. And when I need a Tele Deluxe sound, I go for this. Does that make sense when I'm doing videos? Sometimes I'll choose this or the Heritage H150. Kind of a similar sound. This one's a little bit more, maybe not as Les Pauly. Thinking of words to say for guitar descriptions is kind of ridiculous. Anyways, awesome guitar. This one also isn't going to go back in the case. I'll just keep it out. You can tell which ones, there we go. You'll know which ones I have around more often than the other ones because I'll be leaving them out. Okay, next one. We're traveling all the way to Japan. Yeah, it kind of looks like the case for the Novo. Really nice gig bag. This is hard to open. No, this is a Vola JZ Fro. These are awesome and underrated. And I just wish it had a black pickguard instead of the tortoise. But who am I? Who am I? Really cool. Really cool features. And this neck beats the custom shop Strat that I showed earlier. Isn't that crazy? Look at that. This one has a direct button, so you can just go like bypass the tone, I think. Is it bypassing the tone? Direct switch, yeah. And these are P90 pickups. It's the pickups in this guitar that make it so good. And I mean, the body and the shape and stuff might not be for everybody, right? Pink, or what do they call that? Salmon? Or is it Sonic Pink? Or is it Daphne Pink? I can't remember the names. What's the pink name? I forget. I'm being serious. I can't remember the name of the pink guitars Fender used to do. Reverse headstock, locking tuners, made in Japan. The craftsmanship is insane. And the prices are like, when you see the price, you'll be like, oh, that's way lower than I would expect for that, spec-wise. Are we catching everything here? If we're not, that's too bad. This room is 8 by 12, just to give you an idea. So I usually keep out like 5 guitars or more. This one's interesting. I didn't think I would like it as much as I do. And even Glenn Fricker from Schecter Sound Media Studios, whatever his channel's called, he liked this guitar. So that tells you something. And he usually wants to smash plastic guitars. This is the Enya Inspire. Let me just put that down. I said I wasn't going to play guitars, but I can actually turn this one on and you can hear it for a second. No volume. That's it. That's the demo you get. This one you can just play like that. You don't even need, like, it has an app where you can connect it and load stuff. and change all the sounds. I don't remember what's loaded in here because it hasn't been changed since I did the video probably. Sounds really good. One of the criticisms is you can get crazy feedback coming out of the speaker because there's a speaker right here, right? And it's like picking up and doing like this thing. I don't know how this stuff works, but it does a feedback thing and the guitar vibrates. I'm like, that's awesome. And people are like, that's not good. I'm like, you don't know what you're saying. So that's it. It's all carbon fiber. It's a one piece, has a battery. So it's a tech. This is a piece of tech. Here's the thing. People are always like, oh, you know, Fender will release a new series like of Strats and Tellies and stuff. They're like, oh, it's the same thing. Garbage, overpriced. And then somebody will release something like this, and it comes out with a tech guitar. They're like, oh, I would never touch that. It's got a battery and it's got computer, garbage, landfill. It's like, who you can't please everybody. You can't please anybody. You can please, you know what? The only person you can please is not even you, maybe, sometimes. Okay, that's it for this one. Is this a good video? Oh, just unzip it here. Okay. Oh, yeah. Just pull that in there. There you go. Pop that in. Okay, just stick it. Yeah, it's popping out of the hole. Just push it in. Perfect. Thanks. All right, this one. This one is also not a Gibson, but it's made in the factory where Gibson used to be, in Heritage, the Heritage factory, Kalamazoo. This is the H137. And you're gonna say that looks like a Les Paul Special. Essentially, that's what it is. It's their version of it. And this is one of their custom shop ones as well. And my appeal for this one, why I like this guitar, I'm a huge fan of Stone Temple Pilots, and the lead guitarist, is it Robert or Dean? I think it's Robert Deluxe. He plays a Gibson Les Paul Special in a lot of the live shows I've seen, and just the tone he gets. I know I can't get that, but you still don't even, like, your brain is like, I can get that sound because the guitarist has the same guitar. And it's a mix of everything. It's how he's playing with his hands. It's the amp. It's the setup. I'm not saying tone is in the fingers. I'm just saying it's an element of it, right? His skill is way beyond anything I can do. But so I think the video I did for this one, I might have played Stone Temple Pilots, maybe. Don't remember. Amazing guitar. Nice and light. Yeah. I don't have too much to say about it other than it's really cool. P90s. They've become my favorite type of P90 pickups. P90s. P90 pickups are my favorite until somebody invents the next ones that sound better. Right? Isn't that how it works? Okay, let's go. Oh. Okay, this is a 2-for-1. These are two Sire guitars. Well, one's a bass and one's a guitar. And they sent them both at the same time. For a series I did. No, it actually wasn't a series. Sorry, it was just, I did a review of this guitar. This is the T7, and it's more recent, like the past couple of years. This is like a Fender Ultra guitar. I gotta say that. The specs, everything about it, amazing guitar. Like, and these are a fraction of the price. I think these would cost like what a Player 2 costs from Fender. So they sent that over, did a video, amazing guitar. Just like, I've already said that. It's got the arm carve, Sully Deluxe. It's got all the curves, right, that the Ultra stuff has. So I've had that in definitely one video, maybe a few, I can't remember. It's really hard to remember when you do videos so often. It's kind of like I release a video, my mind's already on to the next one, so I don't remember a lot of times videos I've made. This one, it's only been featured. The deal was, hey, can I get one of your bass guitars? So that's a Sire Larry Carlton T7. This is a Sire Marcus Miller. I forget the number, the model number. I'm going to say something 6. Is it a 6? Oh, does it say on it? Marcus Miller V6. There we go. I got it. Look at this thing. This is amazing. I still haven't figured out how all the controls work. But I've used it when I've done a couple of videos, more than a couple. I've had a few videos where I needed a bass track, and I just wanted something small well, this isn't small. Something light and easy to play that I can just go like a, just like a, that's simple. That's how simple I am for playing bass and other stuff as well. So yeah, it's just, it's got batteries and all these knobs that switch. Bass isn't my thing. It's, totally for when I need it for a project, usually a backing track for another video about another guitar, and that's why I have it. So there was some controversy when I got these two because, well, not controversy, there was some confusion, that's the better word, I'm not controversial. Apparently these cases don't normally come, don't normally come with these two guitars, and they're like the nicest padded gig bags. They're almost hardshell cases. So when I did the video for the T7, I think there was some confusion there because people don't get that with it. So it was almost like I was lying, but I wasn't lying. It was what I got. So Sire, yes, Sire. Remember that time I showed you the video? No, remember that time I showed you the guitar from Lewis Guitars? Well, this is the next one that Dave sent me. No, I went and picked it up. I did a tour. I did a tour of his factory. I'll try to remember to link that video below if you want to see how everything's done there. Look at this. Look at this thing. He surprised me with this. He made me this, and I didn't even know. Look at the sparkle. Look at the headstock. Headstock haters. It's got a bridge made by, I just want to say Maestro. What's the name? I forget the name. It starts with an M. They're really amazing bridges. And it's like a Jazzmaster. Aged, cool knobs. Again, his own Jazz Mastery pickups. This is called the Adelie. And it's got a light relic. The way I describe the neck on this and the other one, it's not super thin, it's not super fat, it's kind of in between. And it feels a lot like a 1979 Strat that I used to have, that I sold. And I sold that guitar, so I don't have that. It won't be in this video if you're wondering where that guitar went. Sold that at, I brought it into Steve's, or no, not Steve's, Lozon. Wow, I said Steve's, not even close. Lozon in Ottawa a couple years ago. Probably to fund another guitar. So yeah, this is really cool. I've done a full video on it. I've had it a few times in some videos. Definitely plan to use it more in the future. And I'm actually going to leave it out. It's going to stay out right now. You can go over here. It's one of the ones that stays in the room. I'm going to fake that it's in the case. It's not. It's just sitting over here. This is the one that I don't put it away because I don't want to take the the arm off right now. It's just a pain. This is a Tyler Guitars Studio Elite HD. And these are, can I show that? Will that show up? I'll have to turn it upside down and put it in there like that. I don't know if that's going to show up. I'll read it. These are made in America by assholes. So I did a tour of the Tyler Guitars factory it's in LA. Did it after NAMM a couple years ago. And Rich, with Rich Rankin, was awesome. And he brought me through the place and we did a video. I have a video on it. Yeah, I'll just post the video if I remember. But this guitar didn't exist. I didn't have this guitar at that time. And so it was with Tim Pierce. We did a tour, walk through, and then I ordered this after the tour later in the year. So I did buy this. And maybe this is the guitar that I was talking about at the beginning. Maybe. You can decide. Headstock haters, eat your heart out. Right? Look at that. I think it's like 6.3 pounds. It's a hollow body. I haven't done a full video on this yet. It's on my to-do list. I actually have a diagram. This is not a joke. I have an infograph that I've made because I can't remember what all these things do. So that's how smart I am. No, I'll eventually learn it. And this stays out. It's always out. It's always around. It's the lightest guitar I've ever had, electric guitar. So it's usually the first one I will grab. And it's crazy good. If you've Oh, I guess, oh, did I ding it? No. Maybe I got my first ding on it. This is called a reverse gym burst. So a gym burst is normally blue through red, and then this is a schmear on top. So it's a reverse gym burst schmear. And blue, I got blue inlays. And what else can I say about it? Pretty cool. Like, man, it looks like candy apple, like you want to eat it. They have, I'd say this company and Tom Anderson Guitar Works have the nicest looking finishes. And my stomach just growled because I want to eat cotton candy now. It's almost lunchtime. Oh man. Oh, one else thing I'll mention before we go. It almost looks like, if that's not focusing, I don't really know if it is. It kind of looks like those, it looks like, what do they call those? Scalloped frets, but it's not. It's just a little bit of extra work they've done on the neck to give it a groove. If that's not showing up, you understand what I mean. They've just done this like, it's almost like an optical illusion. They're not scalloped frets or fretboard, right? It's just they've taken a little bit out extra and it gives the illusion of it. So that's pretty cool. I'm just gonna put you back over here and the case. Why did I even bring the case? It's a G&G case like you get with the Fender Tele custom shop guitar from Earth. Hello. Are you guys still here? Oh, okay. Yeah, you can just leave that package over there. There's nobody here. I'm just pretending I'm important. None of this will even be in the video. What do you mean it won't be in the video? Nobody's watching. Shut up. You shut up. I will. That's what happens when you work in the basement for years by yourself. I know. You lose your mind, right? Yeah, pretty much. And then you end up talking to yourself. How many alter egos do you have right now? Oh, you mean alternate personalities? Like 7. Okay, we're almost at the end of the first half of this video. No, this collection's getting ridiculous, and I'm now realizing it is. So this is something really cool, and I need to do a video on this. I've done a short on it. I only done a short on this video, on this guitar video. What's he saying? This is a Powers Electric. And the history with this is a brand new company, like it's only been out a couple of years. It's Andy Powers from Taylor Guitars. He started an electric guitar company. This is absolutely the nicest gig bag I've ever seen. Like, it's ridiculously nice. And this guitar is, it's a rock and roll register. No, it's take cars and surfing and guitar and stick it all together, and you get this. Look at this thing. I don't know all the specs offhand right now. They're actually in the short video that I did. I just remember that it's a hollow body. This is model serial number I think 927 or 972. Like, it's under 1,000 that they've made. And I was super fortunate that Taylor sent this over, or Powers, I guess, sent it over. And it's a guitar I'll just have forever. And I plan to make a video about it one day. I just haven't yet. I used it in a video for a pedal that I just did recently. So that's maybe one of the first times I've showcased it. I might have lied. It could be maybe a couple ounces lighter than the Tyler. And it's got these totally unique pickups. Can't remember if these are the PFs or the AFs. Anyways, they're based on acoustic design. So is the body. Like, if I take this part off the back, you'll see inside, and it's almost like an acoustic guitar. And it's like a set neck, really comfortable, really easy to play. And man, doesn't have a trem. I opted for the hardtail. I just wanted something different. I think more people get the trem, as far as I can tell from looking online. So there we go. That's the Powers Electric A-type guitar. They just make the one type. Make one type of guitar. Oh, that's staying up too. Yeah, it's gonna stay up. You can go up here. Oh no, what happened? Memory card full. Come on, seriously? Okay, that's a good time to pause. As I was saying, as my camera ran out of memory, that one's staying on the wall as well. Oh, you sure you want to zip it up like that? Yeah. Yeah, you don't want it hanging up. Another guitar I haven't done a video on yet that's on my list to do. This is a Sully guitars. I bought this last year. I got it in just before Christmas, so it took like a year. This is like a special, I'm not gonna say custom order, but it's not their made in America stuff. It's from Indonesia, and it's part of a series called the Conspiracy series, and it's the Trella 71. Just looking at the back if the name is on it. Definitely kind of like a Les Paul configuration, and I'm not going to talk about it too much because I need to do a video on it. Locking tuners. I met Sully, John, at NAMM past couple of years, and so I really liked the guitars he has. He had a crazy looking one this year that was like a comic book version of this, but the American one. Oh, they don't talk about that. It's got an electro socket jack. I made a video, a short video, saying that for a Telly, a Fender modified 2 Telly, and that video's got like millions of views. When I say millions, I mean hundreds of thousands. When I say hundreds of thousands, I mean like tens of hundreds of thousands. So yeah, I'll leave this one to have more mystery, and watch for it in an upcoming video. It's on my list to do because, well, I'm gonna be honest, like I bought it, and when you buy a guitar, you don't have a date for when you need to make a video, right? Because sometimes when you do videos for companies, I can't get it in, so she said, when you do videos for companies, usually you have a schedule. There's no schedule for this one. That's the issue. So that's kind of me. That's my problem. What a problem to have. These problems people have. Shut up. Pretzels are making me thirsty. I'm gonna close the case. Son's a bitch. Son's a bitch. Okay. All right. This one, if I didn't have the Novo, this would be my #1 guitar. For sure. Because this has a connection to the whole reason I even wanted to get into playing guitar. You can't see the latches here, but they're these. Look at that. This is a vintage guitar now. It's a 1992 Telly Plus. And yeah, it's not going back in the case. I can't even figure out how to open the case. Get out of here. What's going on? Oh, the latch is stuck. There we go. Okay. It's been in a number of videos. Done full videos on it. 1992. Say it again. Fender Telecaster Plus. This was a collaboration with Fender and Lace Sensor. So it has lace sensor pickups. Exactly like the lace sensor pickups that I modded into my standard Telly. Because I never thought I'd get one of these. First of all, they're usually super heavy. This one's like 8.5 pounds. Most of them are like 9 or 10. And the price was crazy. I guess we're in like a buyer's market right now, right? So I wasn't even looking for this, but I'd type it in on Reverb once in a while. And because my cookies in my computer probably saw that, it advertised a posting from a company in Toronto that was selling it for $2,400. And most of them were selling for like $4 or $5 grand. No joke. So that's like 2,000 American. And they're posting the weight, and it's blue. And Johnny Greenwood has one it's sunburst. This one hasn't been modded like he's done. I don't plan to ever mod it. And it's like mint condition. It's hardly ever been used. So this is technically my #1 guitar. It's just, I'll go to the Novo first for videos. What a cool guitar. Super lucky to find it, right? And be able to afford it and buy it and have it on this channel. And this is the Radiohead tone from the bridge, dually red. That's how Johnny Greenwood does all his stuff. So there we go. Okay. Yeah, you can stay there. You deserve it. All right. This one surprised me when it arrived. This was from Fender. I think you can still get it. It's a Vintera 2 Road Worn, but it's a limited edition, so that's why I say I think you can still get it. I don't really know. This will stay out too. This is a 60s case. Does not smell like nitro, but this is a nitro finish, and that's going to be my story about this one. This is not one of the American-made cases. It doesn't have the same smell that they put in the glue for the G&G cases. So this does not have the sweet vanilla smell. It has a smell, but it's not what people associate with nitro. So this is the 60s model, and it's a road worn, and I love the neck on this, and the pickups, and the sticker. When I pulled it off, it left dirt, so it's kind of, it suits it. And yeah, this guitar is awesome. This is probably one of the best Tellies I've ever had. I would say, and I might have said this in videos, this one is more playable than that 63 Custom Shop. Just the setup, right? And I forget what the pickups are in this. Are they, yeah, I don't remember. But that just shows you, like, it might be a one-piece body as well, can we tell? I know I have another Telly that has a one-piece. Anyways, that's gonna go over here and hang up because I put all these guitars away so I could take them out in order. Yeah, that was a Fender launch, and amazing guitar. Love it so much, so good. Did I mention I like Tellys? And it's not even blue. Now we are almost at the end. Seriously, just a couple more. This is a company that's new to me, Balaguer, or Balaguer, it's French. This is the Espada 10th anniversary, and they are in Pennsylvania, like not the whole state. They're in a town. I forget the name of the town. I did it in the video. I'll link the video. Look at this. Look at this. This is the one guitar where a tortoise shell pickguard is absolutely the right choice. Can I get focus on there? Yeah, look at that. Look at that headstock. This is a celebration of their 10th anniversary, which was 2025. So yeah, they started in 2015, 10 plus 2015. I think this is stainless steel frets on this one because you can, man, they slide like crazy. And humbucker pickups, but they have like this foil on it, which is really cool. And the neck is amazing. Amazing guitar. Love them. Really good. Hardtail, right? Kind of like a Jazzmaster. Done a full video on it recently, so I don't have much more to say about it other than the fit and finish are exquisite, and everything about this guitar inspires me to want to play more of their guitars, so check them out. Put a link to them. And yeah, very cool stuff. Look at that, it came in a hard shell case. A lot of guitars don't anymore. Another recent guitar. This one is just, at the time of making this video, I just made a video about this guitar. I'm gonna say 2 or 3 videos ago. It's a Martin Retro Plus Road Series acoustic. And went to the Martin showroom with my friend Sean Daniel. Does that sound nice? Sounds like an acoustic guitar. Yeah, went to the showroom, checked out a bunch. They said, let's collaborate, we'll do something. So they sent this over. And now this is my go-to acoustic guitar. And I'll link the video. It's an acoustic guitar. I didn't know there was differences between acoustic guitars, but there is. This is one of them. And there's many other ones, and they sound kind of like acoustic guitars also, but different. That's all I got to say about it. I'll leave this one out because I'll probably play it after. When you go to bed tonight, I'm going to play it. No, actually, that's kind of funny. This whole room is a room inside a room, right? That I built in 2009. My kids were young, and it was a place I could come down here and play till midnight, whatever, and not disturb the house. The kids were asleep. That was the whole point of this room. Now you know my secret. My son was 3 at the time. Now he's 20. So just give you some context. My oldest son, that is. Okay. This is a 2-parter because it was part of the same video. And I have one more guitar, but I'm not going to show it in this video because I just did a video on it. It's Enya carbon fiber acoustic. So anyways, this is, what was this? This, oh God, I can't believe I already forget. 75th anniversary of the Telecaster. So Fender reached out to me and they made 5 models, 5 75th anniversary Tele models, an Ultra, a Pro 2, Player 2, Road Worn Vintera 2, and a new one, a Cabronita, which is the, what is it called? American Professional Classic? I think that's the name. I've never tried one of those. So anyways, originally I was going to do the Cabronita, and then they asked me, they're like, hey, what about if you check out a couple of the Mexican made ones, even 2 of them? I was like, 2 Teles instead of 1? Are you crazy? Why would I? Of course. So yeah, they sent me 2 instead of 1. And man, I scored. I think instead of the Cabronita, I would take that deal. If you ever get this gig where you've done YouTube for 10 years, right? It's 10 years this year. And you start working with Fender and they offer you 2 guitars instead of 1, take the 2. Just pro tip. This is the Telecaster. This is the 51. Probably getting the name wrong right now. Say on the back? No. This is the Road Worn 51. So it's essentially, it's like their Vintage 2 series, but made in Mexico. Just as good. Look at that. That blew me away. Like I was, man, I was like, is that one piece? Is that a one-piece body? I'm pretty sure it is. If you can find the part that isn't, maybe it was 2 pieces. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's 1 because I don't see a cut anywhere. And that's a big deal for people because people like complaining about stuff. Again, right? We're back to that again. Sorry. Okay. So this is, yeah, amazing. Amazing guitar. That's staying out. All my Teles stay out basically because just in case I need a Tele, I need more than 1 at a time. The Vintera stuff in general is probably, like everything's expensive now. I know that, right? But it's probably the best value for what you get in the Fender stuff, Fender world. Everything's so expensive. I wonder why. Does anybody know why stuff's expensive these days? Who knows? I hope we find out one day. Okay, so this is the Player 2 75th anniversary guitar, and I modded it. Just a little, just a little mod. Do I have the, it should be in here. Okay, so this is the original pick guard. Maybe I can do like a little reveal. Can I do that? It doesn't sit on top perfectly because, yeah, it's not gonna work. I bought another pick guard from Fender because they sell pick guards that are crazy. So let's kind of hide it here and then we'll reveal it. Okay, so imagine this guitar. It's the blingiest guitar I've ever had. Okay, imagine it with, what was that, a Perloid pick guard? Now imagine I was a goofball and I'm like, not blingy enough. Nope, needs more bling. Why don't we add, it's not a clear pick guard. That's, that is a sparkle pick guard that matches. They also do a black one, but I bought this one. I paid $70 for that pick guard. That's how much I love it. Yeah, this is the Player 2. Also, amazing guitar. These might be the best value Fenders, the Player 2, like in terms of price and features. Did I say Vintera 2 was? Both are. They're just different price levels, right? Like vintage specs, Vintera 2. Player 2 specs, this one, like modern. These are modern, right? And that's not modern, vintage. That's what that is. Okay, that's it. This is a ridiculous collection. I've talked so much. I'm so thirsty. Super thanks to Sweetwater for sponsoring the video. Any of these guitars that they have will be linked below. And what is your favorite guitar that you have or that I have? And which one do you want to see next that I haven't featured, if that's possible to remember? Because this has been a long video, so long that I ran out of memory on my camera. Also, I just didn't clear up files. That's all. It's a thing. Okay, I'm done. I've done, like, how many words is this? 80,000? As always, play guitar and have fun, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.